What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan here to talk about what I think is probably a common enough issue with people that have to take melatonin for sleep problems. And basically it's grogginess the next day. It's the melatonin sort of inducing grogginess and how to fix that. Okay, so basically the gist of it is this. I just want to make this a quick video. So we'll skip the product pro. At the end of this video, there'll be a video that explains all of our products. We got a powerful pre-made stack, 5 digital nootropics guides, and they are rocking. If you really want to know how to turn on brain performance, that is like that really, if you're new to nootropics, gives you a baseline how nootropics should be, and if you've been taking them for a while, you're like, wow, this is very impressive. Get the Cortex stack, our pre-made stack. At the end of this video, there'll be a video that describes it. So basically, here's the gist of what I want to say. Melatonin, I think melatonin is a hormone. You make it at nighttime, and it's part of what induces sleep, and it plays a major role in this rhythm that you get into at nighttime, which is your sort of sleep-wake rhythm, this circadian rhythm. Well, a lot of folks find themselves having to take melatonin at nighttime before sleep because of our modern environment inducing sleep issues, or the inability to sleep, or just issues with falling asleep. And then there's health problems. If you've got any gastrointestinal diseases, particularly reflux diseases, it is difficult to sleep because you got small intestinal bacterial overgrowth and or colonic dysbiosis or something, creating gas. So your food's sitting there kind of putrefying in your stomach or elsewhere. Maybe you don't have enough stomach acid, but that can induce breathing problems and or just make it impossible to sleep. Sleep apnea, which I think is related to the gut, and particularly reflux, anxiety, insomnia, all these things make it difficult to sleep. So folks end up taking melatonin, and it helps for a lot of folks. The problem is, for some people, they wake up the next day and they're groggy for a couple hours. The reason that happens, as far as I can tell, and seems to be the consensus on the web, is that the milligram quantity, really just the quantity of melatonin put in melatonin supplements, is far higher than what your body typically makes. Your body typically makes about 0.3 milligrams of melatonin, but the average milligram quantity in melatonin supplements is 3 to 6 milligrams. That is substantially higher than what your body makes. So as a result, you have this hangover effect of feeling kind of groggy the next day after you take melatonin at nighttime. The only way that I've really been able to curve that is with nootropics, and particularly with stimulatory wakefulness promoting nootropics. Okay, so all the usual suspects: Alcar, theacrine. So I mean, separately Alcar and theacrine. Then again, we've talked a lot about this recently, the combination of Alcar and theacrine. And any of the affinols will work quite well for this, for getting out of that fog from high melatonin. Adrafinil, modafinil, armodafinil, they're all going to sort of turn wakefulness up. One that I found that's really useful, really a combination, is tyrosine and phenylalanine. About 500 milligrams of each, 500 milligrams tyrosine and 500 milligrams phenylalanine. And that almost instantly takes that fog away. Those are precursors to dopamine, and then epinephrine and norepinephrine. These are alertness-based neurotransmitters, wakefulness-based neurotransmitters. So you can imagine that might truly work for that situation. I've noticed racetams work to some degree, but I've really got to take the stimulatory ones if I want to get over this, if I'm taking melatonin, which sometimes I may at nighttime. And that's phenylpiracetam, oxiracetam, and aniracetam. And then the other important thing, I think, which, I can't prove this, but it would make sense because it has to do with circadian rhythm, is basically the fog, the sort of grogginess that comes from melatonin seems to last longer if I'm in the dark, right? I think you have to signal to your brain that daytime has happened, because again, the underlying issue is some sort of overage of melatonin, which kind of makes your body think you're still in nighttime, and so that's why it's kind of you're still groggy. But then the sun, the sun typically, and light will tell your brain to kind of wake up that it's daytime, maybe start switching that system around. And so, yeah, just whether artificial, like in your house, apartment, or whatever, or sunlight, get as much light as you can. Just get in the light, sit in the light, don't look at the sun, but look around, kind of have the light in your eyes so that you're picking up the freaking photons and getting them in your brain, and that seems to help. But yeah, wakefulness promoting nootropics and light is the only way I've really been able to deal with that if I've had to take melatonin, which I have. It's in many sleep stacks, frankly, and I like to toggle between different sleep stacks, try different sleep stacks, etc. And so if grogginess becomes a problem, that's my take on how to handle it. And if what you really want to ultimately end up doing is just try to take less melatonin. right? So if you got to somehow get some melatonin powder, or if you got to get melatonin, caps that are 3 milligrams, and you just cut them in 25% squares or something, that might be the way to go about it, okay? Lowering the dose. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, video here to explain everything on the Cortex Labs website. The Cortex stack right now is $27. It'll be that way to the end of January because we're getting new inventory and we just want to flip everything we have, so our losses, everybody else's gain. $27 for what's being called the only pre-made stack that works. Get that powerful stack at livecortex.com. If you want a list of nootropic stacks that you can take, that you can turn on brain energy with, that you can turn on focus with, man, get all of our guides. But really the most powerful ones, probably the nootropic stacks for the business professional. Not just for business people, but has stacks targeted toward business productivity. The thing is, the brain states for business productivity are brain states that light the brain up. Get all the stuff at livecortex.com. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex Nootropic Stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then like everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex stack does. Moving right along, the aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it, we delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the nootropic stacks for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the racetam God Guide. That is a high-level every racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that racetam. There's 8 major nootropic racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the Noopept Pro Stack List. The Noopept Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying Noopept nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of Noopept stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of Noopept stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics, to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.